Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Miss Wells with Guidinglight Childcare Consulting. I'm here tonight, hoping you guys had an amazing day today. Hope that today went well for you. I hope it was productive for you. I just kind of wanted to come on here. I should have did this live earlier this week, but time just did not allow me. So I'm here now and I'm showing up and I'm ready. I hope you guys are ready for an amazing conversation. Jump on in here. If you feel like this live would be good for someone, tonight's topic is about purging. I kind of want to talk about it from a personal standpoint, and I hope that whatever I tell you tonight, I'm going to try to relate it also to business, okay, and how that's supposed to work. So get on in here. I'm going to share this a couple places before we get started. I hope you guys will share this as well. I hope you guys are having an amazing day and get ready for a great evening. Tonight talk hopefully will be 30 minutes or less, maybe 20 minutes. But I just wanted to come on here, and I like to share when I have a vision or when I have something going on that was personal that I know I can relate to. I want to share that with you guys. So I'm Miss Wells with Guidinglight Childcare Consulting. Basically, I'm out here helping childcare owners and aspiring childcare providers that want to start their daycare. I'm helping them one client at a time, sometimes two. I'll be like, hold on the scheduling. But it's an amazing journey, and I love everything that I do. I love connecting with new people, and that's what my business allows me to do. My business has also allowed me to network, and I just want to sometimes talk about, I'm not going to really hone on it tonight. I have talked about it before, but sometimes when I get the thought, I just want to let you guys know the importance of networking. Open your mouth about your business. Open your mouth about your talents. Open your mouth about your niches, okay? Whatever it is that you have to offer. And I say that so strongly because I was able to network with someone recently that I've known for years. Just a tidbit real quick about my background. I used to be a child care licensing specialist. I've never owned a daycare, but I've managed a many in my day. So I come to you guys with a plethora of knowledge and experience, hands-on, managing and operating a center, as well as on the other side of what sometimes some providers and managers and directors are scared of, which is the licensing. I mean, I can't tell you how to feel, because it's like someone's coming to evaluate your program, and I get it. You should be maybe nervous, but I say you shouldn't, and this is why you shouldn't. If you're showing up every day and doing the things that you're supposed to and putting things in place, it won't be hard. If you're keeping track, the majority of it is, yes, there's two parts. There's going to be a part from your licensing department that's going to come in, and they want to observe. They want to observe your daily operations. They want to make sure that you have the right things in place. They want to make sure that you're operating the program in the means and the manner that they distributed that license to you. That's all it is. And if you signed up to be the best childcare provider, yes, some days does not go as planned. I get it. I have been there. And sometimes you got to wing it. And most agencies, I'm not sure how every state does it, but most agencies, it's a pop-up. You don't know they're coming. But if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So I'm one of those people that my clients, I retain them because I offer a membership program. In that membership program, I offer technical assistance throughout the year round, monthly, sometimes daily, and sometimes weekly. And this is an opportunity for me to just build them up with the motivation and the encouragement they need to keep going. This also allows me an opportunity to see what's going on in their business. It's always a no judgment zone for me because I want you guys to win. All right. So I'm not coming in to perch my lips. I'm not coming to your facility to point my finger. I'm coming to your facilities and your business to help. I'm coming to make sure that you are on track. So, anywho, I just kind of wanted to give a little bit of background about who I am, what I offer, and what my whole consulting business is about. I kind of do it all because, again, I've been on the licensing side, and that's the direction that I come at with my clients. I want to make sure that, yes, you're following the regulations. Sometimes my clients will hire me to come in and do a session with their staff, and I'm going over the regulations that either they want me to go over, or I'm going over the regulations that are pertinent, and I know that the staff, a lot of people, we just get away from reading the regulations. It is what it is, but I think it's important for owners and managers to conduct staff meetings that incorporate some of the regulations, because a lot of times, oftentimes, directives are made, and sometimes the staff give kickback because they don't understand. So I feel like the level of knowledge definitely needs to be heightened in the childcare world of what the regulations are and what's expected. If you don't know what's expected, then you cannot move and operate upon that. All you're doing is moving and operating based on what your manager has put before you. If your manager did not display to them, I say manager, but director, if you have not displayed to them the reasons why we got to do this a certain way, the reasons why, hey, you should want to wash your hands before you're changing a baby to make sure that you're not, putting any, germs on them, or vice versa. The vice versa component that is why it's important for you. And I'm talking about just minimum things right now. That is why it's important for that staff member, once they're done, to be able to wash their hands. That is the importance of why a changing station is by a sink. Ding, 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 ding. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to get started because none of this was really part of my talk tonight, but it was on me to speak on those things at the moment. Tonight, I just want to talk about purging. I'm going to talk about it from a personal level. I'm going to give you some of my examples of what I've done personally, and then I'm going to relate it to your business and how it matters and why it matters, okay? So I'm going to share this to one last place. Hope you guys will share this, like this as well, as we get ready to go and dive into this talk for tonight. All right, so make sure today was Thankful Thursday. So always make sure that you are holding yourself accountable to be thankful for everything that you have and everything that you are obtaining. And you want to just do things with a grateful heart. All right, so let's get started. So first of all, tonight's talk again is about purging. The importance of, what does purging mean? What does purging mean to you? Please feel free to jump in here and say, or, say what you feel like you want to say, but it's so important. Purging is the ability to get rid of. And when you are getting rid of, I promise you, you feel that weight lifted. You feel just more a sense of belonging of, okay, I can deal, I can see, I can do this, I can process, okay? That is very important. So I have my notes here, so because I didn't want to miss anything. So a lot of times when I do these lives, I write it up before I do it. I jot down certain points that I definitely want to hit on and make sure you guys are privileged too. So what is purging? Purging, it can actually be an array of things. We all know that that's the meaning of getting rid of something, right? So as you're purging, in this element that I'm talking about just things that you want to cleanse yourself of, remove yourself of. It's an action of purification, and it's so important for your mental health. And I bet you didn't even know that. When you are purging, you're focusing on the importance of, what do I need? Okay? When you are focused on the ideas of what you need, you will be well aware of how to execute and move forward accordingly. As you're doing these things, it's going to reduce stress. It's going to reduce clutter. We all know that, especially if you're a childcare owner and you have been in business, you have stuff and stuff and stuff for days. And I'm going to tell you where it comes from. It comes from when you think of the idea of reinvesting in my program. You start buying stuff, you start getting stuff. And don't get me wrong, it's kind of a two-part situation. When you're talking about investing in your program, sometimes that is, yes, I need to upgrade the things that I have. And sometimes really it's not about things. It's about removing things so you can get a clear vision of what you do have around you and make use of those things. Sometimes the purging act of getting rid of is not always to replenish and make anew. Okay? Don't let that go over your head. Now, when you're purging, you're also getting rid of the overwhelming of stuff, okay? And I'm speaking of stuff in a manner of things, but I'm also going to eventually get to purging mentally, purging emotionally. All of these things are important because, one, as a child care professional, you have to wear many hats. If you're the owner / director, you already know you are wearing many, many hats, because let that major person call out. 9 out of 10, if you don't have a substitute type ordeal set up, then guess what? You got to step in. And it's okay, because guess what? It's your business. So as you're doing these things, you may go in someone's classroom and be like, oh my goodness, they got all this stuff in here. So sometimes you might want to give the staff time to also purge their areas and purge their rooms. So when you're taking these breaks for the holidays, these are a great opportunity to do these type of things in your business. You want to make sure that, if you need a checklist, what do we need? Because sometimes you get all this stuff and it's just like when you rearrange, when you do things differently, you're actually able to make room for more things. But sometimes, again, that more things doesn't mean buying new things. That means now maybe you can step back and look at your classrooms and you can revamp them. So that's something that I specialize in as well as a consultant. Some people call it room staging. I just call it, look, we're going to reorganize this area, okay? We're going to come in here and make this space more conducive for you. We're going to make it more conducive and workable and operable for your teachers, your employees. A lot of times, no, they will not take the initiative to do the things to declutter or this. So sometimes you just got to put it in the plan and put it in the mix. And I'm here to say it's quite all right. So basically you want to get rid of the disorganization. A lot of times I used to walk in my employees, my teachers' classrooms and just be like, what in the world is going on here? Now, because I want to respect their space, because this is their working space, that's just like someone who works in mess. I used to be one of them. You would come to my desk and it just looked chaotic, but I bet you I could tell you how to get what form you need, what document you need, what folder, what file. I knew exactly where everything is because it was my mess. So I say all that to say, even though it's their mess, and I'll give you an example. I had one teacher, oh my gosh, she was amazing, but she was like a hoarder. Oh my goodness. So one day, I kind of, again, try to respect people's space. You want to respect your teacher's space because, again, that's their working space. So I kind of went in there after like a year. I said, I can't do this no more. I can't walk past my classroom and what is going on? So I took a moment and instead of just asking her to do it, we talked about it and she would be like, Miss Wells, I know I got stuff everywhere. I said, whatever she said, right? And I said, it's okay. Let's fix it. And I had to explain to her, see, a lot of things, this is what effective communication is. She doesn't know my vision and my expectations if I don't say them to her. So what I told her was, I can't work in mess. I'm sorry. And I had to explain it to her after one day she called out, because this is one of my staff. She never called out. You know how y'all got them ones that never call out? And when they call out, it's like chaotic. It's like, oh my goodness. Okay? So she called out, and no problem. I stepped up to the plate. I took over her classroom. But I promise you, I couldn't find nothing. Me and them kids was doing stuff just, all day. Everything was not planned. It was just strictly on the spot. Okay? But I'm good like that. But it was on the spot. But after that day, I said, oh, we got to have a conversation. So she was able to receive what I said, because it wasn't what I said, it was how I said it. And I basically just told her from the standpoint of, when you take off, which is, hey, not a problem, life happens, everybody, whatever. Because I didn't want her to think that was the issue. So I said, when someone else comes in the classroom, they should be able to pick up your lesson plan and work accordingly. I didn't even know where the lesson plan was. I couldn't even put the crayons together because stuff was just all over the place. And I had to also let her know that I'm going to take ownership for this, because if I'm the one closing out every day, I would close out. And if I'm the one doing the checks in the walkthroughs, then I should have been said something. I shouldn't have waited a whole year. But I will say, by me doing that, we were able to come to a consensus. And I said, pick a day that you don't mind staying late or giving me your lunch break, and let's tackle this together. She said, okay, Miss Wells, I got you. I understand exactly what you're saying, and I've been meaning to get to it. And I said, okay, again, no problem, but let's tackle it. So we tackled it, and what did we do? When I just, we got rid of some stuff, because some stuff, it was just, girl, let's let it go. If it was something that I needed to replenish, then I said, okay, well, then we'll do that. We'll do that, okay? But we rearranged the classroom so it was more conducive for her to have a teacher's desk. Just that, and it wasn't something big and bulky. I'm telling you, these teachers, they do not need big and bulky desk and furniture in their classrooms. Once again, that's taking away from your floor space. You need your floor space when they come to measure to let you know how many kids you can get in the room. If you've already gotten approved for your room, your classroom, and your capacity, great. Don't worry about it. But I will say there's always a way to reroute your classrooms and the areas where the teachers and the children are, so it's more conducive for everybody. So with that being said, we were able to get rid of some excess stuff. We were able to get rid of the clutter, and she actually loved it. And I told her just to get a system going of how she managed her classroom, and as far as putting things up, or just sometimes just get rid of it if it's broken or doesn't work anymore. We wasn't doing that bad, but we needed to hold on to something till it just didn't hold on no more. Okay. So again, this is just the exercise of purging and just letting go and releasing. And I will tell you, 6 months later, she came to me and said, Miss Wells, I just wanted to thank you for the conversation we had, and I wanted to thank you for reorganizing my classroom and restructuring my classroom, because it is so much better, and I do my best to keep it up. I say, yes, you do. You have been doing an excellent job. See, sometimes it's not always telling your staff what they did wrong if you don't at least have something good to say. When I would do my staff evaluations, I would always make sure before I had this meeting with them, I had more pros than cons. And hypothetically, if I had more cons, then I would either, try to collaborate them with another one, or let them, let it go and save that for another time. And I would focus on what's more important at the time. So here we go. Just basically purging, restructuring your classrooms, I feel like this should be done on a manager's level, at least anywhere from every 4 to 6 months, where you are truly going into these classrooms, looking at what the teachers have as far as the materials, just things that they may have accumulated over time, and figure out how to downsize. Downsizing is amazing. Everything doesn't have to be great. And no, everything should be great, but it doesn't have to be lavish in this. It can be still organized in a manner that's going to work for everybody. That's all I'm really saying. Now, let's get to the nitty gritty of purging. Personally, I wanted to have this conversation because I, again, tried to relate it just now to you, how it can work in your business. Same thing with these offices, your directors in these offices. Get these papers, at least organize the paperwork, because, as times are changing and there's so many systems out here now that we're able to embody a lot of things electronically. But some things it's just not like that when it's childcare. We have to have, the worksheets or whatever the teachers are having the children do. We're going to have art projects. So we're going to have stuff, okay? We're going to have things, but we don't need an abundance of things without organization. So purging allows you to reorganize whatever you have going on. It allows you to have the weight lifted off you. It allows you to just get rid of excessiveness, okay? That is so important, so important, so important. So I wanted to speak to you guys about how it worked for me personally. Purging, I will say, I usually do it about twice a year. But I will say within the last 6 to 8 months of this year, I have been purging. 1 month, it might have been closed. And let me tell y'all something. I kind of had, and I'm going to say had because I'm not really there anymore, because yes, everybody likes things. Everybody likes nice things. But I kind of had a shopping problem. Okay. I was like a shopaholic. Do they have a SA group? But I love things. I love fashion. So I would say all that to say, y'all, I purged and got rid of at least 6 full bags of clothing. And I feel like, yes, I put a dent in it, but I still feel like I didn't do anything. But you can't give away everything. But I did a big purging, but that was just step 1. And it made me feel good. But I said, we ain't done. Now, with those 6 bags of clothes, let's be clear. So I do, not bragging, but I have an amazing walk-in closet. So I have 2 sides, and then I can walk down, not like I'm walking down far. I don't make it sound like that, because I'm not in a mansion or anything like that. I'm not even in a house. How about that? Matter of fact, it was the walk-in closet that sold me to get this apartment. Anywho, but I do have 2 sides, and I walked down and I said, okay, we only did 1 side. We got to tackle the other side. Honey, let me tell you, I literally took everything off of the racks. And I literally went through each item. And I said, gain some weight. Can't wear it. I do plan to lose weight, but it ain't going to happen that fast. And by the time that happens, I can replenish. So got rid of some things that I knew I couldn't fit anymore. Just holding on to them like, girl, we going to lose weight. Yeah, we will, but it won't be today, okay? Because we looking at a fish box right now. I like to eat. Hey, I'm sorry. But then things that I know I haven't worn in a while. So I got rid of that. So it took me 2 weeks, 1 week for the other side, because I literally took everything off and rehung stuff up and just had a pile where I was just throwing stuff. The next component, so I finally got through the clothes. The next component is every woman, besides clothes, what do we love? We love shoes, baby. We love shoes. And I'm a shoe fanatic. And I know I got some more boots and shoes and things that I need to get rid of. But sometimes I look at them. I ain't even gonna lie. It was 1 pair. I said, girl, these really hurt your feet. But they so beautiful. And they ain't nothing to talk about, but they're beautiful. It's like an Aztec design on them. It's a 6-inch heel. They are red, white, and black, my favorite color combo. So I kind of took them back out the pile and hung them up, because I said when God blesses me with my office space, and as I'm growing to try to do a training institute, I will put them in my office, because I'm a girly girl now in my life, because I do like chill. I like my little sweats and stuff, but I love a good heel. I love a good shoe. I just say all that to say, it was feeling good. I went through every box. No, I'm lying. Not every, but I have Top shelf on the right, top shelf on the left. I went through tennis shoes, I went through heels, but most of them was, I can't lie, as I gained weight, my foot got bigger. So them little 8.5s, So if it even said 8.5, I let it go. Because I'm more like in a 9.5, with the heel, because we like a little room. Anywho, got rid of that stuff. So again, I'm purging though. Each week I'm putting something together. Each month I'm doing something. And the good thing about that is when you're purging and you're getting rid of, if it's in good condition, now my mama taught me how to take care of stuff. So I take care of my stuff. So my stuff looked pretty good. And some stuff still had tags on. And guess what? Some of them shoes I ain't never wore. Still never worn. Sole ain't messed up or nothing. So I say that to say I let them go. And I was able to give them to a lady, and she just took them all. It was over 15 boxes of shoes. Like I said, some brand new, some that, but it felt good. So where I'm going with take care of your stuff, and if it's in good condition, give that stuff to somebody who can use it. And that's exactly what I did. The clothes and stuff, I called my girl that I know she's always taking stuff and giving it to the Goodwill, getting it for the kids. I mean, I'm talking about sweaters. So one of them was just tops, okay? So we did this in levels. It's levels and processes, everything. So I got rid of shirts, short sleeve, long sleeve. That was one thing. The next thing I did was the next thing was dresses. Oh my gosh, I'm a girly girl. I love me a good dress, but guess what, babe? Some of them dresses you just can't wear no more. Or plus the way that my life is set up now, that I'm walking a little bit more with Jesus. Girl, you know that skirt and that stuff too short and too tight. So I let it go. And I let it all, some of them still had tags, I told y'all I had a shopping problem. So I'm purging. But every bag and after every episode, I'm telling you, I felt better. I felt more clarity within my own home. Your home is your sanctuary, honey. So I tell people, make it complete by however you need to do it. Don't be laughing at me. I'm trying to tell you, honey, I had to let that stuff go. The next thing that really touched my heart, though, besides the shoes, I think that touched me more, was I gave away coats and blazers and just outerwear. It's getting cold. Somebody need it. Come on now. So I let that stuff go. But I say all that to say, that was my recent experience within the last 6 to 8 months. I just been getting rid of stuff, and I'm telling you, I'm at peace in my home. My home is already peaceful. People walk in and they say, oh my gosh, it just feels like a whole comfort zone. But that's how I make it. Especially, and I did this, that's how I think I did this way before COVID. Your home is your sanctuary. So if I want music, I got music, I can turn it on. I even got me a bar. The only thing is I'm not a drinker. I'm a social drinker, so I don't come home and drink. But I got a whole bar if that's what I want to do. I got me a TV with the whole sound bar. If I want to feel like I'm at the movies, I'm at the movies. But I say all that to say your home is your sanctuary. Get rid of this excess stuff that you don't need. That is the way that you keep things grounded when it comes to your business as well. Get rid of this excess stuff. Purchase you a shredder. I purchased me a shredder myself. And all these papers and stuff, I don't do it no more. I feel so free because I put systems in place. So that's what it's about. So I tell you, as a business owner, put these systems in place to where, like I said, you should be purging anywhere from every 4 to 6 months. That doesn't mean, I'm not telling you to throw away everything. I'm not telling you to get rid of it. I'm telling you to go observe and see what you got and see what you don't need. And maybe, there's always, wherever there's a child care, I promise you, there's another one within 15 miles or less. Why don't you try to donate it? Maybe they're new. Maybe they're starting out. Give the stuff to Goodwill. Don't just go out there and throw the stuff in the dumpster. Somebody could use the stuff. And yes, it takes a lot more work and energy to do all that. But that's where your blessing comes in. When you release and when you give and when you get rid of and you've taken care of your stuff and you let somebody else. You know what I say to myself every bag I took out of here? And honey, I live on the 3rd floor. We ain't got no elevators. But every bag I took out of here, I said, let this be a blessing to somebody. because it has blessed me. Oh, I didn't even tell you. So the other thing besides clothes and shoes, ladies, what do we love? We love purses. I gave away 3 bags of purses. Still got purses for days. But that's because I still can, but when I was in the realm, I'm one of them ones, I switch out the pocketbook to match the outfit every single day if I needed to. But I've gotten in the habit of, okay, we're going to carry this one for this week. I don't care if it match or not, stuff like that. But I really just want to say all this to say, purge, let it go, and it's okay. Purging and letting go does not mean replenish. You replenish if you need to. That's how you keep the clutter and the disorganization out of your business. Okay? Now, let's go real quick. I'm going to wrap this up because I told you I wasn't going to be too long, but I told you I was going to wrap this up by letting you know how you can purge mentally, because your mental health is everything. So the physical component, it helped my mental health. The next component was, I'm not going to lie to y'all, my mom, everybody loves their mother, don't get me wrong. But I'm adopted, and this woman, oh my God, I've watched her, I've observed her, not just with me as her daughter, but she'll give you the shirt off her back. She'll help anybody. I've seen her do it, if she can. And I brought her up to say, at this point, y'all forgive me about my little wig. At this point, she's in her 80s and she's got Alzheimer's. And she's fighting a battle that she don't even know how to fight. She's in another state. I said all that to say I was battling with a lot of things that went down with my mom, emotionally, mentally. And it was affecting me because, if you can tell it all, I try to be a little, professional when I do these lives. But I have a fun, loving spirit. I love life. But life was getting to me. Not just my mom, but my mom was up here. All the other things, my business, my career. My business is my career now. All these things were just tackling and eating away at me and getting at me and just, And it was just a build up and a rigmarole of an everyday tussle mentally about everything. And guess what? Everything that I was tussling about, it was nothing that I could change. I can't fix my mother's illness. I wish I could, but I can't. I can't. The things that I could change, though, when it came to my business, I did, and I am. And part of that is even tonight. Not just tonight, but me showing up. I want to make sure I show up. When I have these lives and these talks, I promise I just try to be a vessel. I just try to say something that somebody can gravitate, that they can get and they can utilize for their business or them personally so they can grow in their business. Because when you're not right, when you're not whole, you cannot be amazing. It just doesn't work. If you're not okay, and I hadn't been okay, to be transparent, for almost 3 years. That doesn't mean I wasn't waking up every day. That doesn't mean I wasn't still trying, but I was mentally exhausted. I was emotionally exhausted about all the things that I felt were going wrong or not going the way I needed them to go. So I let go. And I'm going to tell you how I let go, because it is easier said than done when you're talking your mental and your emotion. And my let go of this purge, it just came recently. That's why I'm able to sit here before you tonight and any other night, and I'm able to glow. I'm able to talk like I got some sense. It just came about a month ago. I was tormenting. And I said, God, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do it. Take it away. Any negative thoughts, any negative vibes. And I'm not even talking about from somebody else per se. I'm just talking about just in my life and what I have incumbents. Okay? I said, God, I went to bed one night and I said, God, this is it. You know I love my mother. I can't change it. I just pray every day you keep her healthy. Because she's healthy, though. She healthy now. I call her Peaches. Peaches healthy. Peaches' mind just ain't right. But I know one day it's going to eventually take a toll on her. And there's really nothing that I can do. But what I can do now is pray. I pray for her, just God to keep her as sane as he can. Keep her calm. And keep her safe. Those are my prayers for my mom. Now, with my business, I ask God to just give me what he knows I need. Send me the clients I need. Send me the clients that need me. Okay? All money, not good money. Don't send me them, Lord. Because they could just come with drama. It's not about, they give me some counterfeit money. That's not what I mean. But we also got to learn in business, all money ain't good money. But I also pray over my business. But before I get into that, I just want to say those are the elements of how I purge personally and professionally. I tell you, I went to bed one day and I said, just take it all, Lord. And I promise you, since then, I don't have these negative thoughts and negative feelings anymore. I'll wake up every day ready to serve. This is a moment of me serving the childcare community or anyone, honestly, at this moment, because I sit back and I think about my talks. I try to gear them as much as I can into the childcare community and industry because that's what I do. That's what I am. 20 years in and counting. Okay. And I serve. I want to serve because I want to be a vessel. That's really why I started my business. I want to be a vessel and a resource to you guys. Now, I purged mentally. No, it wasn't easy. But when I had enough, I don't even go there. And if my mind, that ain't nothing but the devil, baby. If my mind goes there, I immediately say, nope. What they say on the TikTok, activate, whatever. I ain't even got it. Look, y'all, I can't ain't good with no songs and singing and dancing. That's why y'all don't see me do too many TikToks. I be wanting to do them, but I ain't good. I ain't got no coordination, It just is what it is. It's all right, though. But I just want to let you guys know it's okay. Pray about whatever it is. I pray about everything. Everything. I talk to God like I'm talking to you guys right now because I'm establishing and building my personal relationship with God. I'm never, I think I made a post earlier today. You'll hear me talk about God more and stuff like that. That's because I'm working on my personal relationship. That's because I believe. That's because I want it. I want his glory. I'm going to praise him because I'm able to do this live. I'm able to do all this because of him. I'm not about to turn around tomorrow and be Mother Teresa. No, baby, that I ain't quite there. He ain't through with me. But I am saying it's okay to live. But you live and you try to do others right. And that's what I learned from my mom. But with this whole purging thing, you got to get rid of. You just have to say, I'm done. That's it when it comes to mentally purging and emotionally purging. Another level that I really didn't talk about, and I'm going to sum it up with this, that really hit home for me, on top of my mom, on top of the career and the business, I went through a yucky breakup. I did. It was ugly. You would have thought we was married and it was a divorce. It wasn't, And now that I'm finally free of that, when I say that, I'm not even, yes, the person, but the emotion. Whew, the emotion. Now that I'm done with that, I can breathe at peace. I can live at peace because I don't have anything haunting me. And it's so funny that when you're going through things and when you finally get to the other side, you're like, why I couldn't do this 6 years ago? Because I'm not going to lie to y'all. It was a healthy relationship for about 1 year. The next 5 years, so that lets you know it took me 5 years to get away from this person. And all the time, I'm not even blaming him, because anybody will only do what you allow them to do. So as long as I allow and keep allowing this person in my space, in my life, they was good. But I wasn't good, because they didn't make me happy anymore. There are a lot of things that were toxic about this person. And I tell people all the time, just because I even make that statement, that doesn't mean he's a bad person. He just wasn't the right man for me. But it took me 5 years to realize that. 5 years because I teetered it back and forth. So that was a part of my purging. So as that relationship was finally coming to a head, that's where I was able to purge in my home. When I made a vow to say, you know what, the last time that person was here will be the last time they're here. I don't need that type of energy in my space. He would always tell me, I just want to be around you. I bet you do love being around me. I'm the fun girl. I'm good like that. You know what I mean? I'm lovable. I'm all of these things. But it still didn't make him be who I needed him to be. And it's okay. So glory be to God. Y'all say y'all prayers. Y'all purge. Just let it go. You just have to do it. It's almost like you're getting ready to jump off the swing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go. You know, you just got to do it. And I promise you, when you do it, you're not focused on it no more. And when you do get those type of thoughts, you're like, oh, no, Lord, I'm going backwards. We ain't going backwards. We always going forward. Okay? That's what it's about. You go forward. You move forward. You keep taking steps. I don't care if they're baby steps. A step is a step. A step forward is a step forward. It gets you closer to where you're going than it will where you was. Okay? So I just wanted to say, you guys, thank you for coming on. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope I said something that can help you, whether that's personally or professionally or within your business. However it works out for you, just know Miss Wells loves you. All right? Y'all have a good evening. I didn't cook me some dinner. It's been over there waiting on me. But I said I got to do my live, because I was supposed to do this a couple days ago, because I already have my next topic ready. So stay tuned. Usually it probably should be Sunday. We'll see how life goes and life treats me. But the next topic, whether it's Sunday or another day, it will be about serving with excellence. So I'm going to talk about serving and providing a service. They are two different things. Love you guys. Have an amazing night.